I made a small change to the program. In my rewind, I corrected the plus current pin, made a plus plus current pin. And then in my loop, what I've done is I've introduced a global variable is loaded, which is at the top of the program. We assume that it is loaded the first time the program starts. So it is loaded, and we'll go through the process of feeding the fish 20 times, and at the end of that we'll do the rewind. But then is loaded becomes false, which means that in the loop of the microcontroller, it'll re-enter this loop and we'll have is loaded false, which means it won't do any of this. So once we've finished the rewind, it won't do any of this block of code here. That'll be completely ignored, and that all that's going to happen is we'll switch off the green LED, which actually more efficiently can be done as part of the rewind. In fact, it is done as part of the rewind, so we don't actually need it. But what we're going to do is take the number of milliseconds since the program started, and we're going to divide that by 1000 to get seconds, and then get the remainder when dividing by 2 to indicate whether or not it's even or odd. And based on that, we'll flash the red LED on or off. So we turn it on or we turn it off, depending on whether it's a whole second or an even second or an uneven second. What this does is indicate that the fish feeder needs feeding. And the reason I've used a Boolean for is loaded is it would be nice if somewhere maybe we introduce a button that indicates the program is, well, that it's loaded. But in reality, that's not really that different from pressing the reset button, which will reset the code and feed the fish. The only difference being, I suppose, if we had a loaded is loaded was being reset by a button, that button wouldn't reset the time it takes until the next feeding. So we would be able to track when the next feeding is. Let's say that's 8 o'clock in the morning. You could refill the fish feeder at any time of day, and by pressing a button to indicate that you have now loaded it, it would know that at 8 o'clock in the morning is when it would feed again.